Just going to say right now that the original topic was inspired to me by Pie Guy rules I forgot when I was recording, and yeah. Anyway, on with the video. Hey guys, it's me, Crystal Poke Dude, again with more of a, discussion-esque thing this time. I mean, it's less of a theory and more of a pointing out some things I've noticed, and it's why was Mabel never really called out in Weirdmageddon? I know she's just a child and all that, but she caused the apocalypse and no one really batted an eye, you know? It's sort of just like... I know if I did something like that, I'd end up getting yelled at. Anyway, on with the... If I did something at that age like that, I'd get yelled at. Anyway, but going on with it. So, if you view it in the way that a lot of people have viewed it, and a lot of people have pointed this out, but... I need to grow this channel somehow. I'm sorry. This is just really bad, but if you look at it from the certain viewpoints, I understand, Mabel didn't know what Bill was doing, but she still flat out, she didn't even know it was Bill, but she still just flat out handed the rift over to Bill, no problem. It's just oh, hand this over to me. She didn't even think about it. She's just oh, here you go. And it was just sort of bruh. And, I brought this up, and, some people were just well, technically, it's Dipper's fault for taking the apprenticeship. But if you're gonna pull that route, then technically Mabel wouldn't have been sad about the whole mess about growing up in the first place if it wasn't for Seuss, and if in that one episode of in Blinden's game, if that one repair guy hadn't sucked so bad, then Seuss wouldn't have gotten the job. So technically, it's that guy's fault. That guy's the guy that caused Weirdmageddon. The end. In all seriousness, no. Everyone had a contributing part in Weirdmageddon. I mean, Ford created the portal. Stan's the one that reopened it, creating the rift. Dipper did cause Mabel to run off, but still, they each face some form of punishment for their actions. Dipper ends up realizing and not taking the apprenticeship. Stan just gets his mind wiped. Ford gets turned into gold, but Mabel's the only one that doesn't really get anything happen. They all learn their lesson. Mabel doesn't. And it's a recurring thing. They have Bill call her out on it in Sock Opera, but it's just, never addressed further, and it's just, are you serious? This is some serious stuff, and it's just nah, she didn't mean to do it, it's all good. It gets me mad sometimes rewatching some of those episodes. And, it's not like they left it completely unnoticed. Bill calls her out on it in Sock Opera. I was, kinda, looking back, I kinda wish they'd had a moment like that in Weirdmageddon, because, again, Weirdmageddon is the end of the world. You don't want to play the blame game, but the thing is, Stan and Ford play the blame game for 30 minutes. That's pretty much what the first half building up into the final battle is. Stan blaming Ford, and then when they finally meet up, it's freaking Ford blaming Stan. It's just the back and forth blaming each other, and it's just Yeah, you two played parts in it, but the one that actually started it is standing right there. And I would have loved a moment like that. Like, yeah, it would have just been great. Just the connection of, like, you two are infighting, but the real person that caused all this is right there, and you haven't done anything. Wow, you're just a bunch of morons. See, because that seems like something Bill would do, you know? Like, Alex Hirsch gave Bill that fun flair, and I feel like Bill would have done that. It's just like, guys, you're both being idiots. It just would have been nice to see and would have been actual weight towards the whole, how were they able to work together so well after all this? Because, like, Stan and Ford have the conversation when they're in that one cage in Weird Mageddon where they're like, how do they work so well together even after everything they've been through? They haven't been through that much. I mean, sure, they went through Mabel Land, but that was about it. If they threw that reveal in and had that break the Zodiac, that would have made for a more rounded out ending. Instead, it's just Ford and Stan arguing again, and it's just like, come on, guys. And maybe that was the original plan. I mean, that does set things up a lot better, but it's just one of those things. You can't really change anything about a show that ended 2 years ago. Almost 2 years ago, but I digress. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this video, and like, this is only being recorded like 30 minutes after the Pink Diamond one. You should check that one out if you haven't seen it. But yeah, I'm just gonna be like filming half these videos on the same day. But anyway, bye guys.